Before we get to the video, check out my Patreon linked in the description of this video, where for $5 a month you get exclusive content such as sneak peeks at projects like upcoming videos, dioramas, stop motions, photography. You'll get a shout out in videos like this one. I also take video requests. You can see behind the scenes of my stop motions in toy photography, as well as exclusive stop motions in photography. Again, you get all these perks on my Patreon for $5 a month. Link to join in the description of this video. Now let's get to it. What's up, you guys? Thank you for clicking on this video. So as you can tell by the title, we have, I guess you could say an update, but I kind of just want to revisit this topic just with some things that we now have known for 2026 and everything like that. So made to order. This was originally a piece of leak that I covered earlier this year by Apollox on the TFW 2005 boards, who has been like a well-known leaker in the Transformers community over the last few years. He kind of got out of the game, but he's been giving some info here and there. So I'm going to read what he said months ago, and then we'll talk about what I think could be going on here and some updates for product that we know is coming out for 2026 over the last 7, 8, 9 months since this leak from Apollox first came out. So he says here, nothing substantiated by a reliable source, but I heard a rumor that Big Convoy could potentially be the TF team's first attempt at made-to-order like Marvel Legends, Dragon Man / Sentinels. Hoping this is true, as it's a neat way to get another Prime out in 2026, plus it sidesteps using up a leader / commander slot. It also allows them to set the price point where they need to do the figure justice, hoping that means Matrix Buster inclusion. So obviously, the Big Convoy part didn't happen. He ended up being a leader class for Wave 1 of Age of the Primes 2026, Year 2. Man, that is a mouthful. And I kind of want to break this down a little bit, because there could be a couple scenarios going on here. So we do know that Transformers would want to do some made-to-order stuff. They've mentioned doing this in recent interviews, and I believe the one with Mark in June, and maybe the San Diego Comic-Con interview as well. I may be wrong on that, but they've been talking about in interviews this year that yes, they're planning to do made-to-order Transformers at some point. So Apollox put this out months before those two interviews came out this year. I think this was in like March that this leak came out, and I did the video on it. So I don't know, man. I think maybe because what happens a lot of the times with these rumors and leaks, they're either false information to throw the scent off of actual stuff that Hasbro is releasing. It's information that is true from Hasbro, but it's outdated. It's something that was going to happen at one point, but they changed their minds on it for whatever reason. That happens all the time. You know, we get listings, we get leaks for something, and then the figure just doesn't happen. It was canceled, or it was shifted to another year or something. That's happened multiple times over the years. So that could be the case. I don't know for sure. I'm just speculating. But it's interesting they brought up Big Convoy, when I could be wrong on this in the timeline, but I don't think we knew about Big Convoy getting, well, obviously we didn't, because he was saying it would be a made-to-order here back in March. Yeah, we didn't know about the 2026 listings for Big Convoy and all the other figures yet. So maybe it was just originally a plan where Big Convoy was going to be made to order, and he was going to come with the Matrix Buster. Because, you know, for leader class, that Big Convoy, he's cool and all, but he is not as good as the original. And especially once you throw in the Matrix Buster pack, if you're able to get that version, that is just fantastic, man. Like, you can't beat that figure compared to the new Age of the Primes one. It's missing features, detail, it's a lot more stumpy looking, you know, it's just not as good, unfortunately. And you think it would have been, because that original figure was a Voyager class, and it does all that. And now this figure's a leader class, and it's kind of compromised in a lot of ways. But I definitely think made to order may be introduced next year for Transformers. I don't know for sure. I just kind of have a hunch about this. But man, guys, I think it would make sense if I were to pick one character for them to choose. I wouldn't mind them doing Broadside. Fans Toys is doing a Masterpiece Broadside next year in third party. So I don't know if that's gonna, make some waves like what happened with Fans Hobby's Tidal Wave. What was that, like a year or two ago? But I don't know. I think Broadside would be a perfect pick at this point for a made-to-order Transformers release. He's got that size, complexity, he's got the weirdness to him that would fit more into made-to-order than giving him a Titan class or Commander class slot in the main line. So I think doing him, pricing him at around, I don't know, 120, 150 would do the trick probably to really get him to be that good, crisp figure that we would want a nice big broadside to be. Probably going to be G1 too, you never know, but maybe IDW influence. But that would be my pick for the first made to order, hopefully coming in 2026. But I just wanted to throw this out there and do an update on this because Apollox talked about Hasbro making a big convoy for 2026 months before we even knew that big convoy would be a leader class for Age of the Primes Wave 1 for next year. So it really makes you wonder, it seems like this was true at one point, but plans shifted, like they always do with these early leaks and rumors. So I'm thinking, based off of this, that he got the big convoy part right, but he didn't get the part right about it being made to order, and now it's a mainline release. I'm thinking what he's saying here is true, but it's outdated information. So I would say in 2026, it's looking likely that we might get our first made-to-order Transformers release. Again, I'm not confirming this, I'm just speculating. That this is what this means here, because this could have been false information to throw off the scent of something, or again, it could be outdated information. We honestly have no idea, but I'm just trying to piece together the information we now have months later and read between the lines here a little bit. I'm thinking this was old information, and Hasbro is doing a made-to-order Transformers release probably next year, and it originally was Big Convoy, but they switched it to another character for whatever the freaking reason may be. I think Big Convoy would have worked perfectly as made-to-order, way better than a leader class probably, because they would have given him probably like $100 budget as opposed to $60, and they would have probably given him the Matrix Buster, better proportions and size, and shoulder rocket launchers that look a bit better and anime accurate. Stuff like that. I just think, and the Matrix chamber itself would have looked a lot better probably, because you compare the Matrix chamber on the original and you compare it to the new one, it is like, what the hell were they thinking with this new leader class? And that was like a $30, $35 figure back, or not even that. I think it was like $20 back in 99 or something like that. Yeah, I think it was like a $20 Voyager class. So yeah, I mean, crazy times we're kind of living in, but hopefully whoever they choose for the made-to-order figure, hopefully in 2026 for Transformers, again, I don't know for sure, but that's what I'm thinking based off of this leak here and the information he gave. That's probably outdated at this point. I hope it's Broadside. That's my personal pick, but it really can be any character. It could be freaking IDW Whale Tidal Wave for all we know. But yeah, guys, let me know down below. How do y'all feel about Hasbro potentially bringing made-to-order into Transformers in 2026? And who do you think they would pick, considering it definitely wasn't Big Convoy? It's probably outdated information here. But yeah, guys, thank you for watching this video. Catch y'all in the next one. Bye!